he has worked closely with leading brands in Kenya, helping them understand their audiences at a deeper level and transform those insights into meaningful, resonant campaigns. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, help me welcome the one and only Charles Karanja. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Charles Karanja, as you've heard, marketer. Solving the market maze is purely based off the fact that, one, strategy is the most important factor in everything that businesses do. It might be strategic in your financials and in your marketing. Those two must be aligned to one goal. Are you planning to grow? Are you planning to remain the same? Are you planning to do whatever you're trying to do? It has to have a strategy.
I hope you've learned something. I don't know, from the entrepreneurs. I want to hear from the entrepreneurs in the house. What have you learned, that you will maybe use in your entrepreneurship journey? Yes.
Customer purchase items that reflect who they are. Second, human are social. We trust what others trust. So as long as you are coming with creativity, innovation in our business, we have always understand and remember that customer, they value themselves. And me also, when I'm going to buy on another supplier for the other services, it is the same application which is going to be applied. And also, I can't buy what my friend doesn't buy. So there is no trust. The thing is not common, it is not trusted. So everybody else will learn from it. But if we trust, everybody will come for it. Thank you.
You have to know your strategy, you know the customer, the type of content to create, and the amount you have to put in that content. So you have to know your budget so as to be successful, because in every company they have to know their scale, and the budget has to be somehow low.
Yeah, thank you so much for this session. I do have a business. I'm a baker, and I have tried doing competitor analysis, but from the presentation by Charles, I've definitely gotten a key tip. So just going to people's comment section just to see what I can do best.
There is one important aspect that I have learned. That is, the success of any business is determined by the way you think. When you think about growth, definitely your business will succeed. But if your thinking is around making ends meet, you continue to struggle making ends meet until it gets the dawn. So thank you.
My name is Maureen Kunga. I'm a singer, a songwriter, a founding member of the group Elani. If you guys have heard, I don't know where we stand here, whether you all know who I am. But and I am an entrepreneur, which I learned later on in life. I didn't know that. It didn't quite hit me that entrepreneurship or the journey of music was entrepreneurship. And I'm a recovering perfectionist, a farmer sometimes, a lawyer by day. Stay humble and then stay hungry, because life is always going to teach you things. It's always going to have you learn more and more. But also, if you don't stay hungry and if you lose the thing that made you an entrepreneur in the first place, to lose that entrepreneurial spirit, to lose the spirit that brought you guys to this room in the first place, because this was optional, right? So to lose the spirit that brought you guys to this room in the first place would be the disaster of your lives, in my opinion.
My journey in content creation started in uni. When this page started posting, I used to be hot back then. I believe I'm still hot. This page called KU Finest. So when they started posting, that was like, okay, so I can do this thing, yeah? But for entrepreneurship, I actually started when I was in high school, I think Form 2 or Form 3. I cleared my brother's stock and I was like, I can do this. Yeah, that is how I started entrepreneurship, and I started earning money from then.
Hi, how are you guys doing? My name is Mugure Gaduru. I'm the creative lead at Twiva. Twiva is a creator-first platform. So that's what we entirely focus on, creators like you and Maureen here and Najma.
Personal branding really came to the fore of my mind when I was figuring out how to shift from Elani to Maureen Kunga, right? Because we were I'd be called Elani on the street. Like we're walking down the road and someone is like Elani, and we'll turn. And I mean, because I know who you're trying, I know what you're saying, right? And we did this for 12 years. We were in the group for 12 years. So to find yourself all of a sudden wanting to have a completely different idea and identity, that's when I really had to sit down with myself and be like, okay, what is my offering outside of this group that I was in? What does my personal voice sound like? What does my personal story sound like? Because we're storytellers by nature. I always say musicians are just dramatic storytellers with microphones. Like that's all you do. I just want to tell you a story, and I have some flair and drama to it. So something that has really been core in my planning and branding especially, and I'll shout out to Twiva again, because you guys really had me start to think about what it is that I'm trying to say and portray, right? If you have 1,000 creators on your platform and you tens of thousands of creators on your platform, how do you differentiate yourself, right? And even Najma said there's no other you, but what is that? What's that you? What is it?
The reason why my brand name is called Najma's Fashion World is because I wanted to be associated with it from the word go. Personal branding is very important, even in content creation, because it shapes who you are and how people perceive you online and also on ground. And it can also isolate you from different people. So if a brand is looking for someone specifically with character 1, 2, 3, 4, they will easily spot you because of how you carry yourself and how you branded yourself.
How do you value yourself? Especially you both are ambassadors for different brands that you have worked with. So this is maybe for someone who's doing content creation on the table, or maybe looking to go into influencer pathway, is you have a certain number of followers on your account, or you have a certain number of persuasion with you. So like you, Maureen, maybe you invite certain type of brands. How do you value yourself? Is it based off the type of brand that is asking the question, or is it based on a certain science that you have that can maybe help someone here value themselves on something? Yeah.
Other than figuring out from a basic black and white perspective, what are people around this range paid? That's part 1. And then part 2 for me, what is my differentiator amongst these people? So I understand, yes, that my numbers are XYZ, but what kind of value can I add as an individual that can potentially bring my rate card just a little bit higher?
What do you think is the first practical step that an individual should take in order to create a personal brand, a strong personal brand?
Well, for me, you be clear about who you are, your strengths, your passion, and what you want people to know you for.
How do we separate our personality from the consistency of the personal brand that we are trying to create?
For me, for example, one of the major things that I had to figure out is where do my boundaries actually lie? What am I actually, because I've chosen to be an open, honest, authentic human being, what are the complete non-negotiable things that I do not discuss with people? And I know those things and I keep true to those things, and then that's how I can sort of keep myself afloat, right? It's very easy to lose yourself in the craziness, especially like we've said, if your personality is intertwined with your brand, it's very easy to lose yourself.
So where do I draw the boundaries, or where do I differentiate from this is not really where I'm supposed to be, this is not working? But then there's also the part of I should not give up. So where exactly do you usually differentiate, or how do you know it's time to go to the next level or just forget about it?
When you want to know which niche you should focus on, but maybe you're passionate about hair and makeup and you've really tried hair and makeup and it's not working. For me, my advice is before that, if you're very much new into the social media space, into the content creation space, whatever, try everything before focusing on one thing. Then look at your analytics and see which one performed the best. Maybe your audience, like you've brought up an audience that is so much into lifestyle and wellness, yet you're into hair and beauty. So every time you do fashion and you do wellness and lifestyle, you see that your reels are performing better. Then I feel like it's high time for you to listen to your audience and give them whatever they want.
In the aspect of baking, I'm actually in the process of rewriting that baking business. So I started, then I stopped. Now I'm stuck in terms of what content do I create? And also in the aspect of basically a target audience, because everyone now seems to be baking on TikTok.
Maybe try to, that's the advice that I would get, and I got it straight from Najma just now, is try different formats, different ideas, different things, and see what are people responding to. And then that way you find yourself maybe learning a brand new thing that you are not going to do, but it might end up being very, very enjoyable and your audience likes it as well.
Mine was to add on something that Najma had said about avoiding procrastination. So I'm sure most, if not all of you, have experienced this phenomenon where maybe you're in a class or in a meeting and a question is asked or they're asking for suggestions and you have something in mind that you want to say, but you're like, should I really say it? And then someone else raises their hand and says the same thing. So it reminds you that ideas are transmissible, and if you'll not act on an idea that you have, someone else will do it. So you really have to take the initiative, and even if it scares you, just do it, because someone else will eventually if you don't do it.
So as you've heard, Twiva is a Creator Plus platform. If you want to earn, please, our desk is right outside. If you have questions and if you want to know more about that, we're right outside on your way out. But yeah, apart from that, thank you so much. I think we owe these guys a bigger, yeah. So thank you.
Icebreaker, we're going to play Kahoot. I don't know how many people know. I can see some excitement. Okay. So, and then for the top winners, we're going to have prizes.
Ted Juma. I'm from Mount Kenya University. The event was wonderful. It was, I had a very good time. Yeah, it was worth the trip. Yeah. Key takeaways, creating is for everyone. And yeah, it's something that everybody should make a point of doing, you know. That was as a way of building their personal brand or increasing awareness of themselves. Yeah.
Moses Babu from USIU-Africa. It was quite educative, quite entertaining. I learned a lot and I look forward to more such events. Mostly like marketing is key to success. Like for any business to succeed, you have to market very aggressively.
My name is Nelson Oliech, a student at the University of Nairobi, Lower Kabete campus, pursuing a Bachelor of Commerce. The experience was very fascinating. I enjoyed very much. I learned a lot, and I'm surely going to expand this knowledge to my friends. Today's challenge was just a little bit unexpected about the Black Friday sales, but I found ways to optimize and use the chance to come up with my own idea about the Black Friday because I'm a fan of Black Friday sales. I won, which was unexpected because I did not know if I had the strength or the courage to win this thing, but it was unexpected, and I am glad to be the brand ambassador in the University of Nairobi campus, of brand ambassador of Twiva in the University of Nairobi campus.